Hello, everyone. I'm the Sports Wiz 101, and today I'll be taking a look at Week 18 of the NFL season. It's the last week of the regular season, and I'll be making predictions as to who will make the playoffs and who will win each of these games set to take place in Week 18. Now, what I'm going to do, the way I'm going to pick these is going to be a little different than usual. Usually I just go down the line, picking each game as it comes. This time I'll be going conference by conference, basically separating them into meaningless games, seeding games, and playoff life games. So I might skip a game in order to come back to it later. Starting with the AFC, where there are no meaningless games, but there are games where seeding is really the main reason that it's notable. Starting with my Kansas City Chiefs headed to Denver to take on the Broncos. A Broncos team that just got eliminated from playoff contention just last Sunday, and it's lost to the Chargers. Now, Kansas City, if they win and get some help from the Texans, will be home field. They'll have home field advantage throughout the AFC playoffs, and that can be pretty enticing, especially seeing who they could play in the wild card round. I mean, the Chargers, Patriots, Colts, they're all in that wild card conversation. I'm pretty sure the Chiefs would love to avoid that if they could. And here, I don't expect the Broncos to be playing with much of a pulse, I guess you could call it. Kansas City's going to be going on to try and get that home field. They're going to play this game a day before Tennessee does, so I'm going to take Kansas City to win this game, give themselves a shot at home field. Next up, we got the Bengals and the Browns. Cincinnati's going to come into the week with a chance at home field, but they need the Chiefs to lose for that to happen, so I'm already predicting they don't get it. Now, they're going to go to Cleveland to try and get this monkey off their back. They just have not done well against the Cleveland Browns as of late. And their most recent games have given me some sort of confidence that they can beat the Browns here and finally get that monkey off their back. However, it also sounds like Joe Burrow is going to be resting and will not be playing in this game. So with that said, without their quarterback, I'm going to take the Bengals to lose to the Cleveland Browns. So the Browns will win this game. And now moving on, we're skipping Steelers-Ravens because that one's in the playoff lives category. Moving on to Titans and Texans. Now, Tennessee, they are going to hope that they can get home field. They'll get it with a win. If they lose, control goes to Kansas City. Of course, I have the Chiefs winning their game. So, Titans win, they get home field. Titans lose, the Chiefs get home field. It's going to be as simple as that. And we can't think that a loss by the Titans here is impossible. I mean, think about it. Houston went to Nashville earlier this year and knocked off the Titans. Houston win to Nashville, beat the Titans by 9, I believe it was. So, who's to say they can't beat Tennessee in Houston? That being said, I still think the Titans should be able to win this game fairly easily and lock up home field. Moving on, I also include New England at Miami and Jets at Bills in the seeding category because all those teams are either eliminated from the playoffs or are definitely in the playoffs and just hunting for a division title. So we start with the Patriots and the Dolphins. Bill Belichick's going to go to his house of horrors. However, if Miami proved anything last week, I think it's that they proved that you just can't trust them at this point of the season against some of the better teams in the AFC. That being said, I'll take New England to win this game and keep the pressure on Buffalo to win the AFC East. So, that being said, the Bills, if they beat the Jets, they're the AFC East champs. But if they lose, then control goes over to New England. I think New England wins. So basically, if the Jets win this game, they're going to give New England the division. And I just don't think it's going to happen. I'm going to take the Bills to win at home over the New York Jets and lock up the AFC East. Now looking at the matchups for teams will be playing for their playoff lives. Pittsburgh, Baltimore. This is an elimination game. The winner will keep their hopes alive and will need some help from the other games in this category. Looking at Steelers, Ravens. I think this is Ben Roethlisberger's last game with the Steelers. I'm going to take the Ravens to win this game. I just don't think the Steelers offense is going to be able to cut it on Sunday. Give me Baltimore to keep their hopes alive. Now, Colts at Jaguars. If the Colts win, then Indy will have a playoff spot locked up. But if Jacksonville wins, that keeps Baltimore in the playoffs, in the playoff conversation, I should say, and puts Indy at risk of losing their playoff spot. But I'm going to label this as my lock of the week. I'm taking the Colts to win in Jacksonville over the Jacksonville Jaguars. That will thus eliminate Baltimore and means that Chargers-Raiders Sunday Night Football this week is winner take all. Now, the Raiders are going to come into this week with opportunities other than win and you're in. But those opportunities would involve the Colts losing to Jacksonville, so this is essentially win and you're in for both teams. And here, I like the Chargers. I think Justin Herbert should be able to pick apart that Raiders defense and allow the Chargers to make it into the postseason. So now looking at the NFC, again starting with the meaningless games, where there's 3 meaningless games in the NFC. Starting with Packers-Lions. Green Bay. They've already locked up home field thanks to their win this past Sunday against the Minnesota Vikings. The Lions have already been eliminated from the postseason. Now here, I don't expect Green Bay to play their stars for a lot of this game. I don't expect it at all. And if they do, they're going to play very limited minutes, like maybe the first quarter or so. And the Lions, they tend to play very hard for their head coach. I'm going to take the Lions in what I'm going to call my upset of the week. I'm going to take the Lions over the Packers in this one. Next up, Bears at Vikings. I just cannot trust the Bears in this game. I just can't trust their offense specifically. And sure, the Vikings at quarterback, it's a question mark for the Vikings. But I still think the Vikings should win this game and end their season on a positive. Washington is at the Giants. The Giants have turned into one of the worst offenses in the NFL. I'm going to take Washington as a result of that poor offense by the Giants. Now looking at the seeding games, Cowboys-Eagles. This game to take place Saturday night. The Cowboys, they can still get up as high as that 2nd seed. The Eagles can still get as high as the 6th seed. Here, I look for Dak Prescott to take advantage of the Eagles' secondary and allow the Cowboys to get the victory. Then you have Panthers-Bucks. Tampa Bay also trying to get as high as that second seed. And I think they win this game rather easily over a Panthers team that all of a sudden has a little bite, if any, to it. Then we got two games down here. Saints-Falcons and 49ers-Rams. Oh, wait, there's a third game, sorry. Seahawks-Cardinals. And we'll go ahead and do that Seahawks-Cardinals game first of all. Now, the Cardinals, they're still in the hunt for the NFC West. If they win this game, they keep their hopes alive and hope for a Niner loss. I like the Cardinals to win the game just because I think you need some sort of rushing attack to have a chance to beat the Cardinals. Seattle doesn't exactly have that. So I'm going to take Arizona to win that one. So then we have these two games. Let's start with Saints and Falcons. New Orleans, another team who suddenly has little, if any, offensive bite to it. They're still hoping to get into the playoffs. They can get in if they win and get a loss from the 49ers. But I'm just don't see it. I don't think New Orleans is going to be able to go to Atlanta and knock off the Falcons. Not with the offense the Saints have been playing with as of late. Give me Atlanta to win that one. Now that locks up a playoff spot for the 49ers. But the 49ers are going to be playing concurrently with that game. And the 49ers have had the Rams' number. Specifically, it's been Kyle Shanahan having the number of Sean McVay. That being said, I'm going to take the 49ers in a bit of an upset win over the LA Rams. So there you go. There's my predictions for Week 18 of the NFL season. And here's a look at how the standings look if these predictions all come true. You can see the AFC from top to bottom. It'll be Titans at 1, followed by the Chiefs, the Bills, the Bengals round out the division winners, and then the Patriots, Colts, and Chargers grab the wild cards. On the NFC side, we'll have the Packers with home field. The Bucks, Cardinals, and Cowboys will round out our division winners, with the Rams, 49ers, and Eagles all earning wildcard spots. It should set up for a pretty entertaining AFC playoff. And on the NFC side, some pretty entertaining games there as well. So, I'll be with you next week for my playoff predictions. But until then, I hope you liked this, and if you did, please like and subscribe for more to come. As I said, I'll be doing my playoff predictions next week. But until then, I've been the Sports Wiz 101, and I will see you all later.